mama kwa bebio e de moba my health issues ewo Lily MTV so am wan kasa mo so mfo hema ba ko pe media ne Lily me so hia me so a utimi frɛ me Maame Colors na meje wo so ena so ya san hia na ye beka den ye beka akoma ho nsɛm enne nyina nim sa akoma no eno ane ye ne ada na ɛho nsɛnsɛm no ene den yetira ye na nso ye doctor abɛsra ye na ansa na no me se me ti de emre bia hairport salon na onom afa ɛho ka omonkra bata ne dɔɔso ebi wo mamprobi ebi wo dome enom ne enkra bata hodo bebre ai Golden Palace Hotel Limited was Asamankese ene Lilian Palace event center eno nso kra wo Asamankese warada omo na omo bo mi chidom na me de dwumade ebrewo a onso usua de e de bo bra ebusua se de maka no akoma no ho asem yes asem a e ha adwen bebre akoma etito mpa ne gese menu mienu nyina na enti ase eno nti na mato nsa frɛ Dr. Bobson Ateko se enenso o meka ye ho na oni ebedi akoma no ho enkomo Doctor me ma wakwa ba Edoba Lily MTV so.
That's baby. So mama is akwan
Thank you so much. Doctor, said my intro no, me say enne odawoma ye be hwe yakoma no. Na ye kasa akoma kra. What is the heart?
Okay.
And what does it do for us?
Nti odwin akoma no ha, ye fa ni say it is a tank. It's your tank, poly tank.
Okay.
Pipes ehihye ho. What I say. Never ni say pipes no enenam your body ni nyina what I say. Ti akoma no ho fa so ni say akoma ni pompe. Ti tank no to me contract and I say a pompe na relax a pompe. Ti fa so ni say a pompe bia na I was say pushi moja echo baby. What I say. And ti there said akoma ni ejuma ni say moja a free your body ni I'm from the peripheries, no. A free honam unase unsani we ni nyina.
Okay.
Samu jani nyina kwa kogu the right part of your heart, no. The atrium, esro hono. E koguma na efri ha me pese me kasa when we but koguma na ko as na ko o lungs ni.
Okay.
O lungs wahura.
Akhrawa no ho.
O lungs no. E hono na moja no akwa mix with oxygen. E wo hono because moja ne faso de ye nyina say transport oxygen any other important micronutrients I was say uhia to cells na our body nyina no nti ekọ akoma ni ma esan kọ o lungs ni right say na akọ oxygenation the friend oxygenation ekọ mix it with oxygen na oxygenated one no asan ba akoma ni mbiem asan akoma na pompe ama akọ feed all parts of your body but I say ti wakoma ni de eno na supply oxygen ne glucose ne bibia our body cells ni ya no ti bibia body cell bia wo no I was say moja etumi de erechi ho so that the cells can survive ti wakoma na so na pump moja to all that cells
ti wakoma de na dwumadi a odia ne say o pump moja to all the cells in your blood.
Exactly.
In your body, or in your body, sorry. Ti wakoma ne dwumadi a no. I see. That's the basic functions.
That's right.
Okay. And what are some of the common issues with the heart?
So generally no say akomani be ye ejuma say I was say ya.
Okay.
Say that na make no pipe ni ade no. I was say insuo pipe and so name no. I say pressure no at a particular pressure. You need to maintain the blood moving to the heart at a particular pressure. And a heart no so I was say a certain number of times per minute.
Okay. And
I say a certain number of times so that be ensure say the right amount of blood is being delivered to all parts of the body. But what I say, so no more will be affected. One of the basic areas to me affected so that akoma no be say ejuma we no any hypertension. Hypertension area affected a lot of people, especially in the black race. In repayment, you can hypertension akasa ho asem.
Okay.
But what happens in hypertension is the pressure na blood vessels no increases so much because blood vessels no be narrow. Quite a dim. If I say a pipe and so name, na pipe no size no reduce size, but pressure no also keeps increasing. That's the pressure na pe. The pressure no same now reduce the lumen size now. Pressure no increase. So you do baby grandpa, it me pipe need it me pipe. And if any hemorrhage, it me pipe near the hand. Sano say pressure no one maintaining pressure at a particular range akoma ne start say ebre nti akoma ne bre sometimes a bit more than usual and I say sometimes a relax too much say a bit more than usual it me ye kese wakoma ne to me ye kese and I'm friend cardiomegaly I say wakoma ne to me ye kese because a bit more than usual. On the normal, no, your heart is supposed to beat up like 60 to 100 beats per minute. From between 60 to 100 beats per minute. Until wakoma ne start to say beat less than 60 beats, and I just say ya touchima. A beat more than 100 beats per minute, and also just say then ya touchima. Until generally, no, so wakoma ne very healthy. I will say it's me beat between 60 to 100 beats per minute under normal circumstances. But omo use devices be to say a pacemaker akoma pacemaker ni ade ni we ni dey aya na omo cases a little different but generally speaking no I was say akoma no to me beat between 60 beats to 100 beats per minute and I just say akoma no dey ejuma say dey was say dey
so no say akoma no entimi beat between 60 to 100 beats per minute. Nake say then yato
exactly nti so wakoma ni beat less than 60 beats per minute na less than 60 na but focus no and I say in medical terminologies your friend bradycardia nake say wakoma ni is beating less than usual and it is slowing down too much and a beat faster than 100 na your friend tachycardia is beating faster than usual. What I say, ni nyina bit ma suggest say a bit may lead to your friend arrhythmia. What I say, arrhythmia irregular beating of your heart. No, so ideally in your heart, now say beating a particular rhythm. It is a bradycardia and tachycardia ni wemba. And I say a bobo irregularly. Say there was a bobo basa. See a bobo basa sana. What moja ne enrich the part of your body. I was say enriching. And also the same bebree then eba. But what I say, a command say kese more than usual. Effective said they are beating. It is wakoma say beating less than usual. A bit much a bit more actually normal bebree say be a wakoma na kese too much. And I say inflammation around the heart, no. If any pericarditis, the lining around your heart is to me inflamed, and also to me causes some of these effects. Said your heart may beat. Into generally, no, there make my kind of say or team be ensure say your blood pressure is adequate. Now, heart rate. You check your BP now. Right now, the digital one, no. You check your BP. You feel to say more the heart rate. Now more blood pressure, no. So if your blood pressure is consistently, and yes, I will check it back up. Consistently below 60 or above 100, not up in one as quickly as possible. That kind of
wow. And we are still on the common issues with the heart. Me who obinswa an issue with nakuma no palpitation. Am I saying it right? Palpitation.
Yes.
Almost say mrebia na say or palpitating so na onya sound one asum. So and also then it causes palpitation and then I mean why is it that we are not here na onya sound one asum?
Thank you very much. And she said if palpitations no it can be due to the case your heart is palpitating, I mean that it's beating fast, like very fast. It may be faster than usual, or it's just beating fast.
Okay.
So if your heart is beating fast, sometimes you can even hear it with the stethoscope. And I said sometimes crowd don't kind of come across and say the person is palpitating. One of the reasons a bit my ears and I say in anemia. That's usually one of the common anemia just say blood level above form. If your blood level goes down, there's a compensatory mechanism. Wakuma no yana say to compensate for the reduced blood level. Your heart begin to beat faster than usual. Say the a bit to meet the needs of the body. Because we can perform wakuma no intend them to increase the blood in the body. One of the causes here anemia. Anemia a bit more causes some of these palpitations. But sometimes until chronic anemia, when you have chronic anemia for a long time, it can lead to heart failure because you come out bit more failure because umoja level now is so low for a very long time. What puts a lot of stress on the heart. Until the blood level normalize, no. Boja about cause beating faster than usual because say a bit normalize it. Until omo anemia for a long time, anemia can lead to heart failure. So we talk about heart failure to maybe one of the times, but also thing be no check your blood level. We call labs and pharmacies are check your blood level regularly. Just check up if it's within normal range, you are good to go. But if consistently your blood level is low, especially more sickle cell, no, sickle cell anemia, and that's anemia due to chronic diseases. Be one of the things a bit more say. And sometimes heart disease and cancer. Some heart diseases can cause palpitations. They say arrhythmia, heart failure. These are heart diseases, no. And one cancer bit me present with palpitations.
I see.
But one way to be sure is just check your blood pressure. No, one of the common ways, even at home, you just check your blood pressure a couple of times to see if it is within range now. Because I say your blood pressure is also within the normal.
When it's the 60 to 100.
That is the pulse. And the blood pressure for someone obia we need any significant arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease. We need cardiovascular disease, no. If it's just hypertension that you have an abibina, your blood pressure is supposed to be less than 140/90.
That is a normal blood pressure
for an average adult.
Okay.
But say conditions be to say be a diabetes and maybe a heart failure and atherosclerosis generally. Usually the range becomes tighter. The better say your BP should be less than a range of less than 130/80, something of that sort. Will be all comorbidities, like area big hypertension, as I said, diabetes, other conditions. We both say your range target be less than 130/80. But for a general population, most are 140/90.
I see. And apart from palpitations, what are some of the heart issues disturbing heart,
As in like in your a bit my question.
Just apart from heart, some of the common heart
symptoms.
What are some of the symptoms apart from palpitation? Anyone who say, even though will say, but what are some of the signs who say and what do I have to do?
So me starting with one of the basic things to me when is to monitor your blood pressure. So if you have to continuously monitor your blood pressure. If your blood pressure is within the normal range, then you have one of the basic ways. So if your blood pressure goes too high or too low, can be a sign of a heart disease. But what I say, one of the ways about my said our blood pressure no there is here. Another thing is I dey kakra I say what break. We are the kakra as na home crampo what I say the least activity say as home or breath, you are losing your breath, that kind of thing. So jumedi kakra na Philippine like the middle of the chest. And then typically for a heart disease, typically the pain radiates and migrates. So if you begin to have pain in the middle of the chest and it radiates, especially to your left, it radiates to your left arm, your jaw, your neck area now. Then I'll say elbow koko. On exertion, you begin to get this pain. The middle of your heart that radiates to the left arm, your jaw near sometimes not as a some of these things, especially when you exert yourself, and just say a book say be and ideally you quickly go and see your GP. Now say if scans ECG now also more echocardiogram and I say any other analysis also more just to make sure everything is fine. Now I check it and also I share.
Okay, so your GP is your general practitioner, right? Oh, okay. And I say doctor. In the case metiasia, sir, nyaman we are working, say we check your BP. Now who say baby I was wrong. I feel so oboso timi phone. Enya one can mean say aboso phone to me ma wadwen ye say we nya heart attack. I don't think ma oboso afun.
So at that point say when you are losing breath now, I say you are finding difficult breathing.
To breathe.
What I say, so you go into distress. When you are distressed, it will trigger nausea. The feeling of you wanting to vomit. Because it's like, hopefully say your chest is full. You feel like you want to throw up. At that point, say open self fear, and I say be a baby one your own fear but you feel any friend nausea. I say because your chest is full. Sometimes you get your chest very tight. Hopefully say I say baby air tighten, your chest has become really tight. That can happen. All those are all typically when angina, I know to me bulk or HSA like unyanya heart disease bisa, especially on exertion. One was or the whole cramp almost an abba. And then the say a very severe no.
So the whole cry na
So at rest.
Akuma no aye.
And yes, the whole like at rest.
Okay.
At rest, no, begin to have these symptoms. I just say a progressive to a very advanced stage.
Okay.
You probably don't at the early stages, no. I not just say why you be.
All right.
When on exertion, no.
Okay.
But on exertion, not to the extent say even when you are resting, crying, still busu banwa. Not just say it's getting better because on exertion now when you're pain, when you rest, it goes.
Okay.
Typically, when you rest, it goes. Some of them they also no medrobi and sanide
akọ.
But in rest, if you are still having the pain, and I just say no, so the elbow say you may be getting some of these heart diseases. You have to quickly get it checked.
Yeah, but say what friend what bawo YouTube channel is so. Oh, share Lily MTV and you may my health check. My health check there, yes say. And you must say share fire promoting ho. Na me try ye so there bench the boy what share there fan Dr. Bobson Ateko, ono na watu ne ho asi ho se. Ode ne ho che me no na ye ode na brabo a wa fa efa enuro ho no. One me no aba be che. Ena me ye sua ya akoma ho asem. Ya akoma no mo asem no de letimi aka se eye broad. Nya de be wie ne ne. Kwan bia so no the part 2 of this segment e be san ya bro mo se de be ya ye be digest into heart issues. Na etimi ama ya akoma no aye dene na etimi atena wiase ache yesua de pa safe no waba doctor achirechire ya akoma no de ye akoma nase ene nneoma nso anase yade awodo ya eba akoma ne ho abusua me se wo pese wo so hwe dwumade bia bomode ane following me social media handles wo ko Facebook Lily TV anase obramusua hu no TV wo ko IG nso obramusua hu no na wo ko TikTok and maybe I remember mo honum amosua de Lily MTV and YouTube say o Lily MTV so on YouTube so now wa subscribe now fe so wa share doctor Musa question we say menim say the makana yen heart issues ye beba abeka ho asem na ahwefo nso enya mfaso pie free ho but I did about what me who say na ne wo kan efa pressure I say ye check na fe nyoma be kire say wo ye nya pressure no I'm beginning to think say now first na ye been yourself okwa ne mre wan ko ana nka akoma no omunna ho nsam say me hwa ababunu nkoda nkete 18 years kura ye say wanya akoma yade e de na me ba na sa
okay me that's baby so Cecilia no the nyoma about Nancy as enkwara even young people beginning to experience some of these things.
Okay.
One of the major factors has to do with hereditary and I say genetic factors.
Okay.
There are a couple of diseases, genetic diseases it may predispose akorano to some of these heart diseases.
Okay.
What else is a hand? The genes ni mu be atochima no. To most say ebe no na kuma ne so more than normal. Most akwara na kuma ne so more than the normal size. Yes. And I say obewo akara no na tokro bi abeda na yenu
there's a hole in the heart.
Hole in the heart no. Okay. Just say like the atrium no. You say there was the left atrium and a right atrium. And I wo to say wo echemu mienu. The tokro to me beda wo nim no. Enu na yem friend hole in the heart no. Ti sa no moja to me spill it from your left heart to your right heart through the wrong channels. Genetic defect actually ma enkwara bebrenya some of these things. Okay. Another thing too has to do with the lifestyle. The lifestyle of the but the youth lately, because of reckless kind of lifestyles.
Okay.
We predispose ourselves to a lot of conditions that we might have. You can smoking, right? Sometimes if you smoke so much, smoking is a major risk factor for heart diseases. So one man, he feels like he's young and he's fine. So he begins to smoke excessively, drinks excessively, like all those things can predispose you to heart diseases. Very, very dangerous. One man they did ye mukran on the ye. And see when did ye basa you get some of these nutritional deficiencies, no? And it basically lead to anemia. Make us anemia, it basically cause heart disease. So we did you should be very important. And regular exercising.
Okay.
If you exercise regularly, your blood pressure is always really within the correct range. Your cholesterol level will be fine. What I say now, at every point in time, your blood sugar is also well regulated.
Okay.
The FABB insulin helps to regulate your blood sugar. If you exercise well, regular exercising and good diet, helps to increase the sensitivity of your insulin. In that sense, your blood sugar is always optimal within the optimal range. So regular exercising, dietary habits, correct dietary habits, incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet. A balanced diet so that you also get the adequate nutrients. Now we hear what I say. Reduce alcohol intake. Generally, if you are someone smoking, the young say reduce cessation is very important. Especially
you stay away from smoking.
Cessation of smoking is very important, especially for someone who is developing some of these symptoms now,
Okay.
So if you start developing some of these symptoms now, as much as possible, and gradual, sometimes especially those who have smoked for a long time, you have to go through a whole lot of process. But as much as possible, I will encourage you to start the process now, so that it doesn't get so because with smoking there are a lot of evidence suggesting smoking causing a lot of heart disease. Do you understand? So the young people notice reckless lifestyle can predispose you to some of these heart diseases. If you're a very young person and you feel like you are young, like me Koko say, start watching the kind of lifestyle that you live. Make sure that you are living very good lifestyle so that you don't predispose yourself to some of these things. Sometimes when you sign up in your way in after a couple of years begin to experience some of these things. And then don't say you are too young to do health screenings. What is it? There's some health screening going on somewhere and are regularly on your own. Just go and screen. Some of these things, if you catch them earlier, it can easily be managed. Do you understand? So as a young person, regular screening is very important for you. Screen, check your blood level, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, and then get advice from professional healthcare professionals, like healthcare professionals. Get correct, accurate advice. Maybe on your information free, it's not correct. Do you understand? So make sure that the person when your health advice is free, the person is a professional. Do you understand? So that you get accurate information.
Oh wow. Doctor, and Chemi the Jumedi number na wie said the makan say topic where I treaty is for me is only panel so yakuma so we'll keep talking about this because I've seen younger people dying at a very, very, very young age. Said the work and I'm sure said lifestyle and so a factor. It's me my yakuma dear and tema it me woo and tem. So we'll come back to this topic again very soon. I'm actually assuring my viewers that we're going to come back to this topic soon, so that we can actually come out with some strategies a bit in far. But let me ask you this question. Maybe just one or two, so that we are wrapping up, and then before you come to your final message, what are some of the basic strategies just one or two be to keep a healthy heart? Because we all know that any so at least some one or two or three of some basic okay.
So the first thing I'll talk about is weight management, optimal weight management.
Okay.
Your friend will be BMI. Do you understand? So in the BMI, you check your weight and compare it to your height. Do you understand? Need to calculate your BMI amount. Always ensure that your BMI is adequate. So BMI exceed 30, right? Now I will say a bulk because you are becoming obese, because clinically when your BMI is greater than 30, I can say you are becoming obese. Weight gain can predispose you to some of these heart diseases. So if you are gaining too much weight, also try to maintain an optimal BMI between 20 to 25.
Wow.
Even if you go beyond 25, you are overweight. You are getting there, but try to maintain an optimal BMI between 20 to 25 at all times, especially they're very young people. If it's somewhere 27, 28, it's fine. Just make sure that it doesn't go beyond 30. So weight management is very, very important. How do you manage your weight? Regular exercise, like they are inclusive, mutually inclusive. Regular exercising is very important as a very young person. Diet, your dietary habits, make sure that you are eating very well. So your diet should contain all the essential nutrients that you need. Incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet, and then don't eat too much at a go. You understand? It will be better to apportion or ration your diet so that udidi kakra rather than say undidi kra na what did you boom at a point that kind of thing. So like your diet is very important. Regular exercising. Aerobic exercise, generally their schedule is very busy.
The tight schedule.
Just walk around your house or sprint around your house. About 40 minutes of aerobic exercise every day or 3 times in a week is fine. Then exercising is very important because everything works very well with your exercise. And then as much as possible as a young person, do regular screening to make sure you are fine. Check your blood cholesterol level, your BP, and then your blood sugar level. These parameters are very important. One of the almost all the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases, the etiology and the fiber your blood sugar, your cholesterol, serum cholesterol level, and then your blood pressure. So if these 3 are well checked, I'm sure you'll be protected from a number of these things.
Oh wow, Doctor, you keep on mentioning the younger people. I mean, in terms of exercising and all that. Does it mean say you do your penny fear or let me put it this way, exercise na as I say, you know, penny for na heart attacks. Like I've said earlier, say you can be heart once and be brain some remedies near. But in all penny now do penny if you never answer what do best 60 years, 70 years going now. What are some of the simple exercises because they make a crowd and say and I didn't based on the experience kakra say obi I one actor be or I don't know whether it's Isaac Hayes or any of those actors, from TV. Na on the treadmill, so he was over exercising himself or something like that. So then he had a heart attack and died. You know what doctor say exercise here? So what are some of the exercises I'm penning for?
So I didn't say I'm not me hitting on the young in public health there's something like preventive measures. It's like we started at young age. Those lifestyles will become part of you. Until when you need it will protect you and prevent someone. It's like I said, me preventive class say but especially when you are exceeding 60 years and above, you have to be very careful to exercising. That one there, we would encourage you to do intensive exercises. So generally, like I say, you do moderate to mild exercises. Some of the moderate to mild exercises need walking. To say sprinting na yaking. You can be walking with one and say quiet home and I say able to and say after fear home. With one there are a lot of aerobic exercises on YouTube videos. Just follow the routine. What I say, So there are routines for very young people. There are routines for very old people. So you can follow some of these routines like stretching, moving, regular aerobic exercises to ensure that you are healthy once in a while. And they're mild exercising. Physiotherapy is also very important. You don't have to wait to get a certain condition before you can start physiotherapy. There's nothing. So sometimes when you're advancing,
massage so you're good for
very good. The massage is very important.
Pay for to have a massage
so that your muscles can be stretched. So that ensure adequate blood flow all the time. So when you're advancing in age, even though you don't have any medical condition or anything, once your BP and everything is in check, you can sign up for a physiotherapy session once in a while. Just go and do some physio exercises to ensure that your blood is flowing very well. Treadmill, with my treadmill, no, but you can regulate it. So that you don't go too fast.
Go beyond
your limit as a very young person. So regulate and ensure that the speed is adequate for you so that you don't get too tired. And with me, as a advancing age in there, so some 5 minutes kakra, you rest another 5 minutes so that you don't exceed your limits.
My last question, then you bring your final wrap words of encouragement to those watching us. This is going to be a topic in our next interview, but then just for someone who is right now watching us and then maybe the next minute he's attacked and he's no more. Something that said, doctor, I'll do near heart attacks this year. In one word, what will you tell the person or ask the person to do?
If you are having a heart attack right now, quickly dial 911. call an ambulance as soon as possible. That's the first thing you're supposed to do. The next thing they say, depending upon where you are, you are supposed to look for an external defibrillator.
An external
defibrillator.
Yes,
Those devices now, when someone goes into cardiac arrest, to say pad no, to chest, so no, so in a facility, sometimes in a school, hospitals, and I say companies, no, we encourage them that you have some of these. There are portable ones installed in your facility, just in case someone is having some of these heart attacks in there. As much as possible, in companies, you are supposed to train your healthcare, the workers, know on some of these emergency management. So the earliest thing they can do, someone having a heart attack, and say, call an ambulance. If you can't call ambulance, drive the person as quickly to the hospital as possible. If the next thing is to look for an external defibrillator. Defibrillator, instead of amount instructions on what to do. So as soon as you turn it on, the defibrillator will tell you that do this, remove the pad, open the person's chest, press this, a mouth, that kind of instruction. It is automated. So
like I said, this is going to be another topic. But I need something else. Something. I'm in my bathroom. No one is there. I'm there all by myself. I'm having an attack. What simple remedy can you give me? Just brief.
I understand where I come from. So in that instance, the best thing is to focus on your breathing. Very important. Focus on your breathing and make sure that you are breathing. Because sometimes you are taking in deep breath and then as much as you can. Do you understand? So in that instance, you are trying to call someone, you are trying to call an ambulance, but as you are there, to ensure that you are conscious, because sometimes if you lose consciousness, you just go. To ensure that you are conscious, focus on your breathing. Make sure that you are breathing. You are breathing very well. So you are doing free also, and just focus on your breathing. Make sure you are breathing. You are taking in breath and bringing out your breath. That is the most important thing that you can do for yourself. Make sure that you are breathing. But if you can sort of travel yourself, move yourself to where someone can see you and help you, you can do that. But as much as possible, the earliest thing I can do if you are immobile is to focus on your breathing until someone comes to find you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I think that this is exactly what I wanted to get. So let me tell you or ask you, what will be your final message to those with heart issues?
So if you have been diagnosed with a heart issue or one way or the other, if you've been diagnosed with a heart disease, I'm sure say your general practitioner, your doctor or the cardiologist you may have seen, I'm a couple of counselors near there. They are maybe to account and say, you know that so she said we should move do baby when you have some side effects, I know I say we jai. If you are getting side effects to your medication now, report to your healthcare professional. Usually right now in heart disease, research has gone as advanced. There are lots of alternatives. So if you are getting intolerable effects to some of your medications, quickly report to your healthcare professional. Now the alternative now so that you always be protected. But what I say, because you don't know or the drugs on the jai or any boy didn't do means me to and I say me no man now say speak because there are always alternatives. Now make sure that you are always on the correct therapy. The simple thing at home I always say monitor your blood pressure. If you're advancing once a week, once every 2 weeks, just monitor your blood pressure and make sure that it's in range. One of the things that I can be doing. Any exercise that I met my account for one. So those are a few things about my more drills. Make sure that you are always taking your medication as it's supposed to be taken. If you have any questions about medication, speak to your healthcare professional. I emphasize on the professional, okay? So speak to your healthcare professional. Thank you very much.
Whoa, I believe, sir, and this is my health check with Afro Songstress Lily M. With my guests, Dr. Bobson Ateko. That's Makramo.